Episode 12. Should be the finale episode, if everything goes to plan and I get the S rank as I intended. If not, I guess I won't worry too much. These soda machines have never given me anything. I guess I never accessed them while I was low on supplies or something like that. Although I did read. I think I saw that someone said it might be different on normal mode. At least this dialogue seems different. We used to just get some commentary from Elaine about how these machines weren't good, even when the part was running, or how the soda was bad for her teeth. Maybe I spend the entirety of the finale episode just kicking the soda machine. The different dialogue is probably owing to the fact that there might be something coming out of the soda machine on normal mode. While on hard mode, they indicate that there's going to be nothing coming out of it. Now then. We've gotten everything. Except for whatever is in the toilet. I guess that was some ammo, maybe? As well as the handgun upgrade in the mushroom, which we really should get since we're using the crossbow most of the time. But since I already used a health item, I think there's only one more way for me to get it and also get an S rank. So I'll have to wait until a little bit later. Where we are now, I think it's time to go underground, start clearing out the area there. Let's see. We'll take the staff hallway exit. Same thing we did in the main game. Or the first playthrough. This place isn't all trapped up yet. I guess that happens after you go underground. Alright, Elaine the Crow. The hunt begins again. One moment while I consult. I'm pretty sure there's only crows on the top side. Yes, it looks like it. So we don't have to worry about getting crows down here. I guess the crows are a park attraction, and this isn't part of the park. Although I guess we find some crows in the back alleys. You can, of course, skip this part if you know the code. You can also guess the code your first time through, if you get the right combination of numbers, and I guess the design here is such that you can continuously guess at the exit here, while the boss inches towards you slowly, and maybe that means you have to do some running around so you can get more guesses in, if you don't want to fight it normally. Did we save? I don't think I saved. I'll just use the Magnum again. Only took 3 shots that time. I think it was 4 shots last time. Maybe a difference in health between normal and hard. 2663. Of course, knowing the code, I could just exit immediately, but I feel like Elaine the Crow would clear out all the enemies she finds. We have the bottle, don't we? Oh, a bike. We get to talk more to Harrison after all. Wait, why is the bike down here? I guess he carried it inside with him. Weird guy, Harrison. Can't even examine it. What's up, buddy? Harrison, what are you doing? It's not safe down here, you know. Yeah, no. I know. I got chased by some kind of creature, I think. Did it touch you? Did it? No, I got away. Just about. I ran in here to get out of the way, you know. Right, good idea. And there's this big gas vent, and I thought, okay, maybe I can be of use. Maybe I can turn this off. Yeah? How's that going? Bad. I don't know how to do it. I tried, but it's too complicated. I don't get it. It's okay. I'm sure you can do it. I'll help you out, okay? Which is funny, because we know that Harrison, according to Mara, / Elaine, Harrison solves the puzzle that we can't solve to get inside the central area, those little pipe entrances. I finally ran into Natalie. Oh, you did? How did that go? Weird. She was acting weird. I think she might be ill. She didn't seem to want to talk with me. Oh? She told me I should just go home. Harrison, sorry, but she's right. You should. You're not going to tell me what's going on, are you? Ideally, no. Mara, I'm concerned for your safety. Don't be. Total is 50. And I solved that with 30 and 20 last time. I think it was... There are multiple solutions, of course. Here, 9, 11, and 10. Right? Yeah. No. Yes. Hey, you did it. Yup. You're pretty smart, huh? I sure am. And so modest. We should leave. Good idea. Are you going to come with me? Not yet. Sorry. I think this might be the last time we can talk to Harrison. If we had done all of these conversations the first time we played the game, would have had more impact, but I unfortunately skipped over that somehow. Still, talking to a dead man is pretty interesting on a second time through. Maybe that's a rude thing to say. Not too close, please. I'm not used to your range. Oh, they explode. Almost forgot. Well, I guess the running shoes maybe saved me from that one. And it would have happened right before we even got to a save point. Should be no crows here. There is a map. How many... I guess it doesn't show you how many crows you have collected and how much you're missing. Oh, full up. That's the sound of the scary guy. A scary guy is kind of hard to hit with how high up he is. You need the battery. Mainly clearing out the perimeter here so I can use this for fast travel. Let's walk into that. There's no need to save ammo. But I like using the traps. I don't think there's any way to solve this puzzle. Probably only Harrison can do it. I guess we should have this conversation. Even when I don't have to. I go through all the dialogue in a game like this. It's the same thing with Remnant and in Dark Souls. Exhausting the NPC dialogue, even if I've done it already. I guess I'm always afraid that if I don't, it'll be because I forgot something, or rather, that I'll look back on it on some future point and realize, oh, I forgot to talk to this NPC to trigger this event. So as a safety precaution, I just exhaust everything even if I think that it won't do anything. Alright. 2 more. Headshots do seem to push them back a bit. I wonder if their explosion can hurt their teammates as well. Maybe. What's this? Shotgun? No, that's a health kit. Alright, lower area cleared of traps and enemies. I'm pretty sure they don't respawn. Map cleared out as well. Now then, in terms of secrets, we can go get the toilet thing. I think first I'll clear out the critical path. If I'm right, that should take out the enemies in the main thoroughfares. When it becomes nighttime, there shouldn't be anyone else around. Other than Marvin taking potshots at us and missing. I'm pretty sure he can't damage you. That would be bullshit. Is that fake? I can't tell what fake looks like for shotgun shells. Almost full up. I think there was one more on a pipe. Well, one in the save room anyway. I'll just cap out. I thought there was one here. Maybe it despawned. Alright, Julie time. And also crow time. Huh? What? Did I miss this in hard mode? Is this not here in hard mode? Huh. I don't think I've ever seen that unless I'm forgetting. I know where I think 3 or 4 more are. I'm not for remembering where the other 2 are. 3 or 4 more in these rooms I haven't explored. Of course, nothing really of interest here. Wait. Is that ammo real or fake? Oh, great. You know what? And how about this? I think the trap items can only spawn on the floor. Now then, there should be another crow in the 7 Seas area, as well as in the area to the left of that. Now's a good time to actually consult my map and see everything that I've missed in terms of crows. I see. I'd forgotten that there would be crows in Crow's office, of course, and I think I should be missing one more after this. We'll see. Enemies? I should take this out. Wow, can't aim that far down, huh? And this guy ruined my no item run. Might as well. There's no point if I'm going to use no items, or no more items. Got a crow here, somewhere. There. Only the color stands out for the crows. Oh, gotta talk to Julie, right. In rooms like this, the crows are a little bit harder to spot. There's probably a lot of points you could skip talking to Julie. In fact, you don't even have to unlock the utility corridor for Julie to get in there, I don't think. Not unless you actually have to progress her quote-unquote story in order to get her to wind up in the delivery garage, and therefore be able to help you in the Seven Seas. But I think if you don't unlock the utility corridor, you can just go the long way around the crypt most of the game. In fact, yeah, you probably only have to go into the utility corridor one time for the crank, if you're not doing like a complete run or something. And then if you did that, Julie would be knocking on the door forever, unless she gives up after a while. Kind of like with Harrison. Skipping that dialogue event with her. Julie gets attacked. There's that crow. And actually with this, if there's only 2 more remaining, that should be easy to get the last 2 in Crow's office and adjacent room. Because I didn't have to worry about missing anything after all. Except for the crow. I always miss the crow. The actual shot on the crow. When it comes to finding the crows, I guess I've been thorough. None of these fairies or mermaids were a secret, right? Right. Where was the battery again? Oh, we just picked up the battery. I was going through these just as part of a critical story. I wasn't even thinking about which items correlate to which rooms we go to. Now it's nighttime. Gotta watch out for traps again. Guess I should save. Think this guy respawned. Never came back here. Why don't these guys activate the trap? Huh. Harder? Hardier than I thought. Usually those traps kill this kind of guy. The less transformed individuals. Maybe the trap does more damage if they're dead center on it. What did we need in Crow's office again? Right, it activates the elevator. The battery gives us the path to the elevator, but Crow's office unlocks the elevator. Or activates the elevator. Now I know I said there should be no enemies at night, but I'm still wary. Don't exactly trust my own information. I don't recall if I took out all the traps either. Did I? How embarrassing. I'll go back to the toilet once I'm ready for the elevator. I used the acid. I didn't pick up the item. Think enemies might have spawned here? This is, after all, our last time going to the office. There we are. Wait, I don't know if this guy explodes or not. Guess not. He has spikes, so that just made me think. I think this is our last conversation with Crow. Since we're about to get into a fight, another safety save. It's interesting to think that it's kind of alluded to that Elaine is going to kill Crow from the beginning. As you play through the game, you maybe get the sense that she won't, just from what kind of character she is. But at the very end, when you have that conversation with him, it's interesting that the only thing that she was here to do was tell him, face to face, that she's dying, and that's his fault. It's pretty heavy. A heavy thing to tell a person. You would think that a person like Crow might not even care, given everything we know about this park and what he's doing. Kind of self-serving and all that. But nonetheless, she came here just to tell him what he did. Only that. She got more out of it, but still. Maybe there's a reality where Crow never really felt remorse and tried to cure whoever he got infected. Luckily, that's not the case. Alright, last Crow should be in the boss room. Must consult my map for the code. 9218. And of course, you can be a little bit cheesy if you know what's coming up ahead of time. Oh, I stepped on 4 twice. How'd that happen? Alright. However, Aline the Crow is going to kill the guy. Can't have any survivors. Lest the bloodborne infection spread. Nearly done. Just head over to the elevator. No, we charge the battery first. Battery south. I think Harrison's gone. This is where we saw his bike, right? He was in Thursday. We'll check in on him. That's right. Some more shit spawns. Why does this happen only now? Guess we have to turn it on to understand how it works first. Wednesday. Elevator. And Harrison's bike. He's gone. Hasn't solved the puzzle yet. Probably wandering around here somewhere. What is this? Fuel. We do have one more confrontation coming up, other than the final boss itself. Oh, I forgot about this confrontation though. That was almost bad. Luckily he got caught on the wall. Let's reset those guys. Yes, these guys are placed here after you encounter Julie, because after you get the battery, you'd want to go directly underground, and that's the shortest path there. I ran by them the first time, though. Quite an interesting variety of body types, these enemies. Music's gone. I guess they spawn out of the air vent. Now then, to the toilet. Ah, scared me. Bastard. The item I should have picked up first time I was here. I'm all reloaded. I'm full up on everything except the magnum ammo. Now then. Only one thing left to do, other than the mushroom. A safety save. Really hoping this isn't counting against me. Yes, I think for normal mode it's just health items, amount of deaths, maybe, maybe not, as well as secrets unlocked. You've been waiting for us. Don't actually know where this crow goes. It like marches right out of the ticket gate and then goes into an area that we don't really see as part of the game. I guess it goes out into the parking lot and maybe parades around out there. Maybe it goes over to kill Marvin for being a bastard. I was hoping to see where the crow goes, but you're kind of blocked. Alright. Now the grenades aren't going to be useful during the boss fight, because of the water. Damn. Alright, I had more trouble with that this time than last time. No more enemies, right? Why is the music all scary? Maybe it just doesn't stop until you leave the room. And of course, Harrison's in worse shape than we are. Interesting that Harrison goes all the way through without being hit by a monster, unlike everyone else we encounter. Only to get done in by a gunshot. Critical. Stop being in critical might take away your ability to run. Maybe the shoes still let you run. What's inside the sports bag? I never really understood this. Familiar? And nothing inside. It's not Harrison's, is it? Marvin? Was Marvin carrying a sports bag? Maybe. We don't need any of these, so we'll just go through. I thought for sure a monster would pop out of the cage here. Imagine my surprise when it's Julie. I wonder what happens when you don't let her out here. Well, I'm gonna do it. Some things I don't need to experiment around with. Mostly they just shook me around and made a bunch of noise. Seems like she's worse for wear though, so... Maybe they do more damage than I realize. I was attributing a lot of the damage due to Mara being infected already, and maybe not doing so well being out of the hospital bed. But it seems like they are at least somewhat violent, shaking people around. Trying to communicate. And now at the very end of the game, you find the pool of water, a little spring. What's interesting is that it doesn't remove the blood on your outfit, but it does heal you. At no cost of using a healing item, it doesn't count as one. So this is what we'll use to get the mushroom. You can do the mushroom much earlier if you just use a healing item, but I don't really know the math too well to actually account for that. Oh, there was one more. And now the music stops. Somehow I missed that last guy. Did he get stuck on a wall or something? I think there's enough healing items allowed in S+ for you to get the mushroom without using the healing pool the way that I am. But I guess if you make a mistake, like I did, and get poisoned, you can just run back and forth between the healing pool and the mushroom. So it's going to take a while, but I think there's not going to be any traps I worry about. Not anymore. Almost walked right into them. Alright. I hope we can make it. I don't actually know how the poison mechanics work. If it's based on distance traveled or the amount of time it takes, or if they can't kill you when you're on the lowest amount of health. It feels like it would be cheap if they can kill you on the lowest amount of health, because there's a very real possibility that you run out of healing items. Run out of antidotes, at least. Maybe it's like Pokemon, where they can't kill you on the last bit of health. I could use healing items at this point, but I'm doing it just in case I actually need to use them in the boss battle. I don't exactly trust myself in that room. I did pretty bad my first time fighting that boss. Let's see if I can do any better this time around. There's a little pulse every now and again when you're poisoned. I never experienced it in my first playthrough because I always had an antidote whenever I needed to use one. But I guess that's the poison doing damage. It seems to be distance-based, maybe? Yeah, there it goes again. One more time. Of course, we could collect the item first, now that we've eaten all the mushrooms. But I'll go get healed up. It would save us a trip if we got the item first, then went to heal, so we don't have to go back up again. But I'm planning to come up one more time anyway. And if all goes well, that should be the last time we have to heal in the game. Now to collect our reward. And an upgrade we probably won't use. Huh. The handgun. Right. My trusty handgun. Right. And that's everything. All the crows, the secrets map which doesn't count as a secret, and all the secrets themselves. Didn't get all the items, or the memos in this playthrough, especially with number 5 missing. Or rather, we got only number 5 in this playthrough. For the tips and tricks, that is. One thing I didn't mention in the previous episodes was that I didn't get note number 33. But I still consider my collection complete, leaving that one out. Because as far as I can tell, there is no note number 33. Seems like people online have the same consensus. Maybe just a joke? Who knows? A little prank by the developers to leave something in that nobody could get? I don't know. Could just be some note that was planned for the game but got cut out of it in the final release. Regardless, there are 20 tips and tricks to collect, and 40 notes minus note number 33 from the staff memos. Got all those in the previous playthrough, and got all the items in this playthrough. So I think everything that I want is complete. Only thing left is if we actually get the S rank. And of course, our reward for the crows themselves. Behold, Elaine the Crow's hunt is over. Now is the future of Zap Girl. No idea if this does any more damage. My trusty handgun. Very simple. Enemies here? Any enemies here we can test this out on? Funny this place wasn't trapped up. I remember there being spike traps here. Maybe only on hard mode. Let's test it on you. If I don't miss. I don't think it's any more effective. I'm probably just missing though. Hard to tell. Might just be the same as the crossbow. Of course, this is also infinite ammo. Obviously. Did I miss this before? I don't think I saw this drawing. The roots sticking out of the ground. And here's... what is this? One of the roots being pulled up by mining equipment. More 2106s. Can we actually kill this guy? I guess we can scare them away. What is this? The Earth? Looks like that could be Africa on the right and South America on the left, with Europe in the upper right maybe. Perhaps alluding to the fate of the Earth. Guess we're done here. These shoe colors, or the shoe color here, is a nice match for the Zap Girl outfit. There were also spike traps here, which I was kind of wary of. They were here in hard mode anyway. Only one thing left to do. Of course, it's a wig. I was trying to think about the shortest route you could go with all the items that you need, but I think you need everything here other than the bottle of acid if you use the flamethrower. One last safety save. My plan for the boss fight is to remove all the traps around the arena except for the explosive barrels, since I'll more likely hurt myself than hurt Crow with the traps. I'm pretty sure there's no way to hurt him with those unless there's some way you can get him to slam into the traps with his arm. Sometimes he peeks out of the arena. But I don't think he actually stands on the bear traps. More importantly, we'll need to be able to run away from his wide sweeping attacks and everything else. There should be some time to take out the traps while he's coming out of the pool. In fact, while he's running or dipping into the pool. Let's try to do this quickly. One, 2, 3, 4. Nothing else to worry about except the boss. Do a quick reload, kinda cheaty. No screwing around this time. Is he gonna wait for us to come in range? No. I think he should be about done. That does it. I believe you can leave the room without killing him. Or not. I think I heard some people talk about whether or not you can shoot this guy, but I think there's only one way out. Well, they do call her Zap Girl. Would be a shame if she didn't zap. I do know you can refuse to take this by pressing the B button instead. But all that changes is the last cutscene, where she shakes her head instead of drinking the vial, apparently. I prefer that she takes it, in every timeline. Depending on your performance in talking to people, there are less people in this cutscene, and less vials as well. A curious mixture of hope and dread. Maybe everything will be okay. And maybe it won't. Crow apparently prepares the perfect amount of vials for whatever playthrough you have. 3 if only 3 people are alive at the end, and more, like we have now. I think the 3 people alive at the end is the minimum amount that can possibly exist. Since I think Julie and Tolman have to survive until the end, maybe, as well as your own character. But it seems like he planned everything out, or at least planned out how many people needed vials at the end, based on his corkboard, with people at the bottom and people at the top. Bottom people not getting a vial, and people at the top of the corkboard, the 5 here, getting them. Curious that Harrison wasn't among the people that he thought would get one. Maybe he didn't expect Julie would be here or something. Or his daughter. Now, the moment of truth. Our one mistake was the antidote. No hints, I forgot that was even a thing. All secrets and no lies. An S+ at that. Could have been a 0 heal run, if not for that one crow trap waiting outside the door. How terrible. Luckily, time doesn't count against you, nor saves, at least not in this version of the game. Time, of course, counts against you in Resident Evil, so it's always pretty annoying to go through that. But I guess you know the game pretty well at that point. At least for this one, I didn't have to worry about how much backtracking I was doing. Now our rewards for S+ are going to be the Crow Nade Launcher and the Crow Wings. I guess on hard mode you get a kind of picture at the end, a bonus picture depending on your rank. On B+, we got a nice picture of Elaine playing the piano for Harrison. There are probably other pictures that I missed out on, but I guess I won't worry about it. Let's go ahead and start the game on survival horror, just to look at those items that we got. I think I'm done with the game. But I want to see the rewards I got at least. This ridiculous weapon launches exploding crow heads. It also has infinite ammo, so don't hold back. Your reward for getting an A rank would make getting an S rank a lot easier, if bonus items don't count against you, which they don't. And crow wings. What's the most direct path between 2 points? As the crow flies. Fast travel between any save rooms you've found. Probably the most time-saving thing there is. Wow, look at that. I guess that changes your pistol, huh? Oh! It doesn't go very far. Pretty fun, though. This is a look, isn't it? What if I change the outfit? Still the crow launcher. Oh no, the crow launcher is an extra. Well, Zap Girl is nice and all, but if we're going crow themed, maximum crow with the crowbar. Only one thing left to do. We'll patch up Arthur in this timeline. I feel sorry for the guy. This timeline isn't going anywhere, but at least Arthur won't be sitting here for eternity. Alright, now he'll be sitting in the car for eternity. Well, maybe Mara has enough gear to solve this problem this whole night on her own without me. I've kitted her out with everything she needs. All the cheaty items that she doesn't need a partner to get through the game. They're really insistent that you get the pocket light. Probably for people that don't realize you can pick things up. Let's see this at work. Incredible. Mara, you will have no problem getting through this night on your own. I guarantee it. We'll leave that one for you. Oh, we can at least see the fast travel. But we don't have anything unlocked. And I guess that's the end of Crow Country. I think I've said my thoughts about this game in the previous episodes. A game about self-serving people, stealing the future of the people that come after them, regretting it only when it's too late, or when it's almost too late. And about a future that's unclear, a mixture of hope and dread. I like to think everything will be okay. If it's someone like Mara, then it'll probably end up fine, right? Not that she can do everything on her own, but she's crafty. She can do a lot for her age. I want to believe she'll be okay. And I hope there's more from the developer, not necessarily more Crow Country. But it would be nice if there was. Maybe something sci-fi, future-based, based on the ending of this game. Just a thought. Truly an excellent game, I think. The survival horror elements were probably, I'd say, not as difficult as certain other survival horror games, especially considering you're given free range of movement. But I think as a homage to survival horror, it hits all of the, or ticks off all of the boxes that you'd want to check off. Especially in the graphics department, that was kind of a highlight for me this entire game. Even though I played on hard mode, I don't enjoy too much when a game gets too difficult, almost unfairly difficult. Sometimes I felt that way during certain Resident Evil games when I tried playing on hard mode. But in this game, I think everything worked out nicely that it was still a challenge, but on my first run through I didn't have to get too enraged at the game. I tried to avoid that. As far as mechanics go, I'd say my favorite is probably the fact that they tell you, very early on, that your bullets do more damage the closer you are to an enemy. That simple change changes a lot of things, I think. In any other survival horror game, Most players are probably more inclined to stand at a distance and shoot at the enemy from far away. Other games probably have a similar mechanic where being closer to the enemy does more damage, especially with certain weapons like a shotgun. But it's always part of a player instinct, I think, to avoid taking damage and stand as far away from the enemy as you can and shoot from afar. Sometimes you have to worry about things like reticle sway or your own performance when aiming at a distant enemy. But for the most part, I think people try to work around that, build up their own skill level so that they can take pot shots at enemies from huge distances. In this game, it's a hard limit that you have to be close to the enemy to do the maximum amount of damage, and therefore conserve your limited resources. That simple change makes it so that you have to put yourself in more danger than you normally would. I think it makes every engagement intense, as you're waiting for the enemy to inch closer. Knowing however much damage you might have done already might not have been enough by the time that they get right up next to you. It's been like that for me for a lot of enemies, using the shotgun or the pistol or whatever, waiting until they get close and starting to fire, and then just hoping they go down before they get too close. At those points I should probably have run away, but it always came down to the wire, it felt like. Waiting for them to drop down to the ground was the last few steps that they had to take towards me. Those pretty much stand out in my memory as kind of triumphant moments, or at least they felt like that, even if they were pretty simple enemies. Well, I suppose I've said all I want to say. The night's over, for real this time. So I guess it's an appropriate time to say good evening, good night, and good morrow.